3-mapper.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3-mapper. Me personally, I want to see this 9 Vertigo tested by, you know, the core of a team that loves this map.
That was the best at this map of all time in the world online. They invented modern Vertigo. Okay, so we'll see. They don't have Axel right now, but they have Hobbit. And they have Shiro.
Ooh, okay. Dual Beretta highlight to kick it off. Double headshot. Hobbit still fixated in on short. And of course, ramp will be compromised. We've got one CT up on boost. Shiro waiting for his chance at headshots. Smoke covers the bomb approach. And Goofy's now got hands on the dual Berettas. It's a fake plant once to see what the CTs react with. I'll throw a boost into the backside, but no angles yet. Goofy gonna get it in. Charged down by Perfecto. Kylar, Minho, 2 versus 3 with bomb in front of them. Counter-terrorists working forward, and Minho, who has had an uptick in performance throughout this event compared to recent results, is looking to keep that flowing. It's gonna have to fall down to Kylar though. 2 on the bomb site, tapping it. There's another headshot. Kylar perfectly drawing them in. And now it gets creepy. Crawley and Kylar killed. Shiro doubles back, gets on bomb. It's a 10-second stick for the pistol.
Yeah, they'll lock it up. Okay, imagine Cloud9 win this map versus 9. Like, first of all, like they played versus Fnatic. It was day 1. They had Buster, and there's some chemistry there, but it's still obviously not the right player in the right role. So it's very different from that perspective. If they win Vertigo, then sky's the limit, even with Buster here, okay? Because we know how good 9 are on this map. They played incredibly clean yesterday versus ENCE. It was the first map versus that team who, you know, they almost pulled off the upset. I mean, they might not have been in this match, right? They were 1 round away. It was a 9-round comeback to win that series. And
heartbreaking.
You could characterize it as a choke for sure, but I think you could also say ENCE did extremely well to make that comeback happen. Like, they made it look legit. I'll say that much.
As they should be, having hoisted a trophy not long ago.
Yeah.
And being one of the teams that's looking to kind of warm up into the season with what a pressured situation. Group stage Cologne is your entrance. So cool to see ENCE survive.
And I'm not sure if we got info on the interviews if Buster's filling in all the spots that Axel plays or if he's just taking whatever overlaps available. But I assume that's going to be the role, you know, so we got to be nice to Buster in that regard because he's not going to come here and just take the space that Axel would leave. It wouldn't make sense.
Massive shoes to fill. See, of course, if maybe Perfecto, Electronic can pick up that slack. Cloud9 made a big promise with this roster. And I think I speak for many when I say it's a little disappointing that Axel couldn't join us out of the gate.
What did they say?
Well, just the promise of making this team.
Oh,
that to me, you know. I inferred the promise. Big pack of 9 players push up. Ooh, clean one from Kylar. Trade along the wall though. Perfecto gets back into green with 2 kills, slowing the bomb down, putting in more tidbits of damage. Shiro's got the angle out from construction. They're challenging him, and he's gonna try to put forth a 1v3 with 1 kill already his. Get that quad player tagged down to a quarter. Hades on 40 and a FAMAS. No utility. But Shiro, the weapon advantage not enough. The force buy busts through. 9 as a pack, take it up that ramp.
We saw 9 get hype versus ENCE, but we didn't know how they would fare versus other teams. But I think they're just carrying forward that good energy they had yesterday. The second round was never going to be free. You can be surprised that, you know, Cloud9 lose after the pistol, but if there's going to be a team to do it on Vertigo, it's going to be 9. You have to take that one on the chin. Keep it moving forward here.
So the conversation about 9 being the best team on Vertigo. At first it was like a confidence thing, but obviously in the ENCE loss and post-game interview yesterday, Madden's referencing it, laughing it off.
Yeah.
Yanko means it seriously. And this would be putting forth another strong argument. It would put them in the conversation. Put them right around top 3. If they can use this to open up series versus top tier competition, then we just hope for more growth from 9 and the rest of the pool. because their punishment on Ancient is waiting.
You think that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As much as I'm happy to see 9 play Vertigo.
Yeah.
They know, we know, Ancient's a problem.
Yeah.
Ancient's a problem. And they're realistic. Ancient's a problem.
My favorite part about this whole project is Electronic saying that he wants to be the best IGL in the world.
Okay.
Like, he made that statement verbally. And I think it's great to hear because we had the show at Blast London 2020 called Fraggingstein. And we had Flamey on the show. And you had to build a team out of the best characteristics of each player. And Electronic was picked for best communication on Na'Vi at the time that Flamey was playing with him. In 2020, he said, best comms, best player in the whole world. And we said, what about Simple? He said, oh yeah. Okay, Simple, but then Electronic right after. But he said in terms of communication, he's always had the best ideas. He always knows where everyone is. He was sort of the glue in that regard. So I think for the English-speaking world, it's hard to know a lot about Electronic. He's not doing a ton of interviews. We don't know what's in his mind. We just sort of make judgments based on how he plays. Oh, star player, we don't want him to be an IGL. But he's actually always been known for
good communication.
And he's expressed a direct interest in wanting to be an IGL, and he's also been in IGL for Na'Vi for a long time, and they won while he was doing it.
Yep. Think about all that time, obviously working hand in hand with Blade as well. There's no reason to write him off as somebody who can grow into a greater in-game leader. If Apex can transition from what he was years ago to what he is now, I feel like we give Electronic the benefit of the doubt. Most importantly, he wants to do it. Groove and Electronic, though, that's a relationship that I'm ready to watch unfold.
Yeah. And it's the statement of, like, I want to be the best IGL in the world. And he's taking pride in the thought of becoming the best in this role instead of, I'm doing IGLing because I think I'd be the best at it on this team. You know, I think those are two different statements. So I like the idea that he's got a lot of pride in this sort of new suit.
Sometimes people don't know how good it feels until they put that suit on. He's found comfort within this role. Ooh, Mino catching Buster. Get through this one unscathed, and the economy blossoms, but Shiro and Hobbit pack a punch with pistols.
A big punch.
Goofy's gonna double back grab bomb. B is completely under wraps for 9. And yesterday, of course, something that I think 9 did...
You can shoot it. Oh, this might be an interesting
like a mini game.
Hold on. Can you find another gap, though, to shoot it from?
This is the only thing that matters.
Did he wallbang it and move it?
He's trying.
Oh my goodness. Perfecto's trying.
It's like a very violent claw game.
Right there. Yeah, that's the ang. Hobbit's found an ang. Yes.
Yep.
Come on.
Work it out. It just
can't wallbang it. Shiro, bring the AK, man. They could wallbang it. Did that work?
It's
moving. He got it.
Yeah,
oh,
let's go.
Baby. What a find.
Let's go.
Had to work for that.
Name another game other than Counter-Strike.
That'll make you work that hard for something so small.
Right? Devil's in the details. Second AK saved. Well done, Cloud9. What you can anticipate from 9's T-side throughout this map, of course, is, I think, really good audio control. Never giving away their rotates. Never making a racket downstairs so that CTs are well prepared and constantly moving their pressure back and forth across the map. The amount of times we saw Kylar be able to creep through B when things started to go south on the A site. It's one of the elements of what makes 9 great on this map.
That was a team bonding moment.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Vitality went out into the mountains. Cloud9 shot an AK out from beneath rafters.
In a video game.
Guns up.
And let's see that fresh new AK right here peering down the ramp.
Looking for a mark. Kai and Hades down into the ramp as the initial shots rain out at B. Oh, nice nades. Off the bottom of the support beam into Tetris. More of that. Molotov on Shiro.
They're not pushing with it. And they don't throw that smoke, or they don't throw the molly, excuse me, before the smoke is up from the CT side. So Shiro can stay put. Oh, and the 45-second re-smoke on sandbags. That'll put considerable pressure on the T's, actually. Makes it very hard to think about attacking the site. And they've actually held nades quite well. We've even got Perfecto with one if it ends up going back to B. But with no ramp control, I think this is still a sizable attack from 9. Like, why not try this?
Ooh, he slides out and brings Goofy down with him. Electronic hanging on to the short side. Almost got a glimpse of Hades. Instead, he gets Kai. Hobbit inside the site, dropped out by the Opper, but Hades has lost all his players around him. Nicely positioned from Cloud9, holding on to the sandbags as they did, and allowing for more players to get into the bomb site with that sandbag smoke.
Yeah, I think one really important concept in Counter-Strike is, like, if you go 1-for-1, it's worth different amounts at different points in the round. So, like, if Shiro dies at sandbag at a minute 40, it has almost no impact on the round for the CT side in, like, a favorable way. Like, as the round progresses, the round will become more and more T-sided. But towards the end of a round like that, where he has full info on the A play coming, and there's no choice for 9 besides to attack right away, well, that 1-for-1 trade is massive in terms of information, and also slowing down the attack. So I think this sets up the CTs on the site really well. And they start to skip steps a little bit, right? Hades does not go deep enough to peek into the short shelf to find that op kill. That ends up being a trade to the CT side. And 2 players floating around the site get there just in time to defend.
All down to a T. I think I'll be rating Cloud9 on mistakes made as this new roster looks to find its groove. Something I want to rate in also terms of, you know, individual drop-offs between Electronic and Perfecto. It's been some time we haven't seen Electronic on a new roster. Simple's right-hand man. Now steering his own ship. But again, expect 9 to have eyes on all portions of the map every round. And, ooh, corner cleared. Buster was given a chance. Slightly damages 2. Pressure yet again onto Tetris. It's the right call. Perfecto gets hit by it. But it's only 1 frag. So he'll still have 59 health to work with.
They should have heard this. Oh,
Yeah,
Perfecto needs a flash to get out of here.
Not able to escape. Hobbit's looking to move over to pick up slack. And just like that, 9 fall back down.
Oh.
And that's that
was
constantly
slippery.
tempered amount of commitment. You never really know if it's all in.
This is pretty slippery because they're updating info the entire time here through the middle of B, and Hobbit is countering that. Now, will they expect him to go here? So the rotations actually lean towards the A side. You can see Shiro's actually trying to move over. And Hobbit, okay, listen, no kill, but still, they're not going to come to this site.
But they catch Electronic in the open, and Shiro's missed shot from Shelf means the A site falls to the T's. 9 get that bomb in. Shiro not going to be given another chance. So sure, they keep their majority inside of the A play, but catching Electronic in the open like that, Shiro knows he's got 1 chance, and he misses that as well. 5 players up here for 9, comfortable from the start to the finish. Could Buster have gotten an instant headshot? Yes. Would have made things a little weirder towards B. Could have made this competitive.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he had a great lineup, didn't get a kill, so...
Second player, presence of mind to make sure he did the deep clear. So,
but obviously, 9 are great at all these maps in general. Like, the distinct style of 9 that's helping them stand out in a sea of very strong opposition in the tier 1 and 2 is the fact that they play like a 1-3-1, and they are really comfortable double lurking on a lot of maps, and it kind of all stems from their Vertigo. Like, they do this a ton on Vertigo, which is perfect for Vertigo. Every good team has like a very strong A and B lurker on T side, but then they bring that style into almost every map they play. When we saw them play Mirage, it was the same thing, and it really works for them.
doesn't work on Ancient though.
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah, gotta work on Ancient. Bring that in
with time.
I think it could work on Ancient.
Okay.
A lurker, mid lurker.
Sure.
Yeah.
They'll work out the kinks. Pressure on Sandbag. Shiro falls back. Cloud9's best A defense, and they didn't let that Molotov give up the position. We're going to get a mid creep. Kylar showing some presence, and it's the boost that could catch Perfecto. But he plays it as safe as he can.
It's an interesting angle. It's one that you could crouch underneath, but if you don't think a team does that kind of thing, then you cover a lot of options just to holding it like this. Oh, okay. Nice punish from Goofy.
Goofy's positioning works out there. That's going to preoccupy Buster, which means B ramp completely unguarded at this moment. And sure enough, we've got 3 players coming up from that spot. Buster will put down some defense, but because of the swiftness of Kylar,
Look how fast they moved.
they just slice through, man. 9 know when to just kick in that killer instinct.
Yeah, that last round they could have moved a little too slowly and let the CTs get in position. This round they could have gone slowly into B, but both times they know exactly when they can move fast and they organize quickly.
Masters of the craft on Vertigo.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, the old Gambit Youngsters online era Vertigo, what made them the best at this map ever?
Probably Shiro.
Yeah, that helps.
Dude, Shiro was the best A-ramp opper, you know, by far in the world. He dominated the map. I think a lot of the times the thing is their Cloud9 lurky style, you know, the empty flashbangs that they throw for information, it was just perfect for the map. It was the exact same thing. They knew when to lead off into a site when they pretended to attack another one. So they sort of developed the style that 9 is doing right now, basically. I mean, when the map was introduced, Astralis were already onto it right in 2020. And they were doing it like that as well, with Dupree and Device T-side A-ramp with like Magisk and everything. But Cloud9 took it to a new level. And again, it's perfect for their walk-around style. You know, the criticisms for their low flash assists, you know,
sure.
The shout out to Maui. There's something about that makes sense, but the reality is they got away with that style versus every top team, no problem, for a very long time. They proved that it worked. And no other map requires walking like Vertigo.
Obviously throw that into the online era when everybody's at home, can't hear one another, and has every single tidbit of audio cranked to the 10. It was a period of time where Vertigo was special. Electronic, he tries to play over the fire. Double nades to the sandbags where Shiro has been pretty often, but it's a missed chance into a fallback and recovery, especially with Hobbit tethering nice off the short peak. Minho, he has to draw this back, but that's fine. 9 can recover rounds on Vertigo. Although they did come into this one with very little presence elsewhere. You know, usually they've got a feeler and Kylar down towards B. This is a fully blind walk back, the most uncomfortable position 9 could really deal with after getting stunned on A. But they've got enough utility still, sure enough, for an exec, so it almost writes itself.
In my opinion, playing the B site like this can be a recipe to lose. So if you play back gen or on Heaven, I mean, you can have numbers, that's great, but yeah, I prefer a more committed position with a flash behind them, but Buster plays here, there's a high chance a bomb could get planted, but he frags.
Yeah, that's important. Takes down another. Kylar still looking for the response. Possibility to peek other side of green makes it weird. Kylar's going to get aggressive. He's going to get close as the bomb's planted behind him. Shadow spotted, boost over construction. That's 3 players confirmed. And Minho, he's going to get charged down. They're coming at him as he plants that bomb. It's a clean retake out of Cloud9, one that I think banks nicely off of Buster's single kill.
Yeah, I think the move back is nice. It comes down to utility as well. If you have 2 nades playing Heaven, whatever, you can nade the plant easy. If you have a molly, you're good, but they didn't have those things, so I think using your player advantage as your primary resource is really key, and playing back gen like this can be the beginning and end of the round sometimes, but that wasn't too passive. That was like just the right amount of aggression out of Buster, and everyone else moved in, which was great. I think right now we are seeing a pretty timid Cloud9 though, in terms of ramp control. They started out smoking sandbags a lot, but Electronics only pushed one time down to the bottom of ramp, and I think that that'll be used against them if that continues.
I've liked the short control from C9 at least. A constant threat. We'll see if they can leave a dent in 9 on A. For now, Buster close and burning. Burning down to 68. He'll fall back into the site. I never feel 9 get punished on playing these slow peeks into bottom of B at the start of each round.
Yeah, that's why
they get away with that.
You've got to push sometimes, you know, on the CT side. And that Buster tried earlier, but he had a really deep angle and then died. So it's 9's job to dissuade you from pushing, but it's Cloud9's job to make it feel like you will still push anyway. But yeah, this amount of map control is how you bring T rounds to fruition. So let's see. They've got a lot of things going for them already. No short shelf reaggressions out of the CTs. Like, this setup from the CTs is not very good right now. If Shiro has a teammate to support him, okay, they can talk, but if a wall smokes come down, no sandbag smoke, no sandbags player, the T's can really take advantage of Shiro here. Just one molly to push him back.
As they keep him busy, Hobbit decides he wants to confirm who's really here. Meanwhile, 9 have wasted no time to get that exec and rotate back into the B site. Perfecto's on quad. Nobody's watching. They're getting closer. He may have slipped the net, but he only takes one down. Buster looking for his before falling back through smoke. And again, they'll throw that boost up. Oh, nice shot from Hobbit. Nasty little snap down. Hades op connects though, and Electronic flashed into the fight. Kills Kylar with Minio right there. Shiro's cover's good. And Cloud9 moving in before bombs even planted.
Okay, they just kept an intense amount of tension before the bomb could get planted. Always think about the fact that if someone goes to plant a bomb, their hands are busy. That's technically a man advantage in those few seconds. Also, you know where they're going to plant. So they decided, let's keep the pressure on, space out the flashes, keep fighting a little bit, and they nailed some really good kills as well. So 9 actually had a good B attack going for them. Perfecto only 1 for 1 at quad as they're halfway through the site. That's like a pretty good situation for 9. But it's all the rotators that do a great job of making sure that they make the site feel like it's not won yet. I'm still thinking that, like, Cloud9 keep the sub. I feel like 9 are still pretty happy about their beginning of the rounds so far. Bottom B steps control,
for sure.
Being able to get to the corner of A ramp, sandbags control. Like, they're still getting there without dying most of the time, so that's good. But Cloud9 with these passive setups are still fragging. They've made this a one-round game, and in fact, they've got 9 on pistols.
9 are definitely being allowed to play their game, their style, their rotates, all uninterrupted. Haven't gotten any mid peaks, mid pushes. Cloud9 have been very passive on that portion of the map. And this time, I say they get away with that lower B control. There's been a couple rounds where they don't play anybody there, and this is one of them. And it allows Buster to slot back into that corner. Now, with only one AK for all of 9, let's hope Buster can get away with it this time. And how much more adventurous does he get now that he sees it's open? Kai hoping to be problematic for Cloud9 in round 10. A few pieces of utility to still be thrown out. One smoke, one flash on Goofy. They're going to interrupt it. Electronic, he's sliding wide. There's the AK down. Goes for the triple spray down. AK will exchange hands, but again, nobody else using Kevlar. And the smoke in the site. Just looking for the bomb plant, looking for another frag. And they'll take the short route instead.
Tees have no smoke here.
Yeah, they're
but they have Goofy.
Yeah, they're smoking still though. Smoking Shiro like it's nothing. Perfecto takes it back. And you can just go headhunting here, rack up some costs, but if you didn't push with that one smoke, odds are bomb's never going down.
They'll be happy to take some kills, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Goofy warming things up too. Beautiful headshot on Shiro. There's the short peek though. Again, a little pressure added from Cloud9. They said enough's enough. We're keeping 3. We're taking your AK, and we're tying this game at 5-all.
Yeah. What's the joke? Want to share with the class? Always want to know what people are joking about.
Yeah. Let me in. I don't like being left out.
Not a huge fan of these A ramp pushes in the mid timings, but it's a way to get info back, especially if you don't think they're there. But
maybe also versus pistols.
Yeah, like Cloud9 very sort of showing that they're still not totally comfortable with aggressive setups. Like, I think this would be the first time Shiro plays Henny even above the ramp.
Oh, hefty nade. Kai's bruised by that one, and
Ooh,
Perfecto off the wood wall.
That's a bomb.
Ah, but caught jumping.
Ugh.
Buster maybe bites off more than he can chew. And unfortunately for him, it just leaves Perfecto in such a stranded position.
Missed Molly.
That helps. Spam still finds him though. They know he's there. Drop down to sub 40. He does dive back. He's about even with Kai. And Hobbit slots into Tetris. We've seen a good amount of frag grenades come out of 9 to soften up this exact spot, but they've thrown those frags already. So Hobbit can slot in confidently. Although, he tries to take it a step further and the molly hits him. First time we've really seen a CT go top mid, and it gets found out by Mino. Don't drop this ball.
You gotta kill him though, yeah.
Yeah, he's got it. As Electronic twists down to look for contact, Hobbit still in position. Now found out, up close. Hades gets the best of him. Good flash support, but the pillar cover's great. Perfecto bested by Goofy, and it falls on Shiro's shoulders to 1v2.
1v2. I mean, you know, Shiro's gonna save sometimes, but this is real early. He's already in the right spot. Yeah, he has a kit in play. He knows it's a default planner, but the smoke extends the cover.
Ooh, he's gonna...
Okay.
Oh. Thought maybe somebody was coming over mid. Not the case. Allows for Goofy to slot back into a safer position.
They didn't know he was here. They're watching
He's gonna
the
get
flank.
it.
Oh my god,
that one's free.
The smoke.
Still concerned about mid. He's got the kit. He taps the bomb. Still nervous. And Mino's just playing up on the other side of cover. Shiro's gonna stick this, and he sees him. Surely. No, no!
Come on.
Just on the side of the smoke, which looked like maybe it had gone too far. 1v2 for Shiro for Cloud9 6th.
Oh man, he felt like he had no other option. There was that limited time left on the smoke. Mino called the bluff and then still took too long to peek after the second stick. So, I mean, that's a flub. You gotta shoot. You gotta shoot. I mean...
Oh, he's right on the edge of this.
Yeah, that was not knowing exactly where the bomb was planted, I guess. I don't know. Every shot you don't take.
Yep. Tough clutch to lose. Cloud9 will bank a lead off that one. And now they've stifled 9's T side.
That's an upsetting round to lose. In the way they did. They fought like hell to get into that B site.
It ain't over. And they're capable. Every round of Vertigo. Shiro, he'll peek off the short side though. And Cloud9 don't go for that overt, in-your-face ramp aggression, but there's always a guy floating around short.
That's 3 CT smoked out the rotation.
They're gonna push it. Ooh.
Oh my god.
With a nade out.
Wait, did they kill
It costs
the
him
first
Perfecto. He's right here, and lines up 2 ton of damage. Shiro did the 1v2, but 1v3?
He's like, made me do it again.
Damn.
Wait, what happened on the double push? The first player died?
When you say first player, which one?
There was 2 players that pushed through the mid smoke, right?
Yeah, yeah. The first one...
How'd the first one die if the guy in front of him had his back turned?
I didn't think he died. I think the second player died. The first one survived because he slid in front of the terrorist's teammate. So the guy Sandbags couldn't shoot the first push because it lined up with his teammate.
See what I mean here?
Watch.
How did the first CT die is what I mean. Oh my god, he flicked around and hit that dude. Oh.
No way.
That's how. Holy smokes. You know what I mean? Because
one's not
facing when one has the smokes out.
No, now I understand.
Holy shit. Nice one, Minio.
So I'm thinking, no, Hobbit survived. He got through, but... What? That's a kill.
Yeah, that's tough. You know what? I mean, it's good karma. Like, you're going for, you know, a smoke push, no flash.
Yeah, you still deserve, you know, someone deserves to be
Someone
punished for that.
was supposed to die,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, that's okay.
Dude, that's crazy. Somebody get digging. We need that from his perspective.
Right. Shiro, the soul gun saved, is also an op. And it's also Shiro. Those are 2 good things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're speaking my language.
He's also making a cameo on the B site.
Trying to freshen things up in the setups.
Yeah, but Cloud9 very, very sort of shy around the short shelf, shy around Henny on the A site, very underplayed. Taking a peek, but after some time, falling back passive. And that's all 9 need to know. The op is out here. All right, we're going.
Yeah, let's follow through. Blast back the pistols.
Your Shiro.
Easy mowdown versus the pistol players, but the op's up. Shiro's in the pocket, close enough to make a play. Jumps over top, misses the chance on ramp, and Kylar's out short side. It is 9 with their lead.
So we'll have more money here for Shiro to buy a gun. Yeah, 9 with the lead is something, but Cloud9 they're fragging pretty hard. You know.
Yes.
They're still winning sort of hard to win rounds. So it's sort of sheer brute force right now at the moment. I wouldn't say they're like the better team. I wouldn't say they're being more clever than 9, but they're keeping up. And I think that's all they care about right now. A very new roster.
Very exciting new roster.
Very exciting new roster.
Flash for the B hit, Buster. Uh-oh, under pressure, immense pressure for all of Cloud9 as he goes down with nothing. Perfecto just trying to dodge back. Let the molly burn, but the A ramp push punished by Hades. Lurking elsewhere on an AK. Shiro's going middle, missed shot.
He's never missed a shot that easy in his life.
And that's why he looks so frustrated. He put his hand up to his face.
You know, I think if you weren't disappointed in him for missing that shot, you don't really love him.
Right.
You know? Because he knows he's better than that. We know he's better than that. It was unlucky.
Do not look away from your screens, folks. We've got the flick shot put forth by Minho. That crazy 180 where he kills the second CT pushing smoke. Let's see. Watch his screen. That's a kill.
This is when you got to laugh at.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And Minho, well, he took a shot all right. Final round of the half, and it's going to be economic limitations for Cloud9. So 9 on the brink of 9. Oh, Ovid pushing down. Got past the timings, but trades are there for the T's. And Hades.
Elevator down.
Yeah, make sure he keeps eyes on the possibility of the flank. There was nobody ramp this round, so surely there's pressure elsewhere. And we've seen towards the tail end of this, C9 start to go gallivanting around top middle, but they have not been able to make anything happen from it. Last CT goes down, and it is indeed a 9th for 9.
I would let Shiro call this half.
Okay.
No joke.
All right.
Yeah, he knows what to do.
Hades, he's going to fall. Also, now we get to see C9 work as a pack. Look to go for the trades into the site. Kai, Minho hold off, looking good inside of the A site. Shiro in another clutch, dropped by Minho. And I'm not saying C9 are supposed to be the better Vertigo team, but I'm saying 9 will put a dent in them early.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where we don't know if in the future they'll play Vertigo, you know?
Yeah, fair point.
Because who would have the most, who would be the weirdest, you know, Electronic has to call the map. He has no experience calling the map. None at all. So he's called, but he has no experience calling the map, playing the map. But he's got players that love the map that can teach him how to call it. And obviously he knows Vertigo, you know, in some rudimentary sense. But will it come to their pool is a question. Surely they're not going to shy away from it, but...
Do you think teams ever practice their permaban? I think Na'Vi ever practice? Not at all, right?
No. It would be silly unless you have a stacked map pool already and you want to test bringing in a new map.
Okay.
You know, like when Liquid said they could play Nuke. Then you might bring in some, but you're already stretched to 0 in terms of practice time if you're a tier 1 team and travel schedule. So you're not gonna do that.
Kylar.
But it's a very sort of fun game with the combination of Na'Vi and Cloud9 with what maps will they play? What maps will they be great at?
Time will tell. Early days. I mean, hell, we don't even have all of Cloud9 technically. Buster tried his damnedest to hang on to the B site throughout the CT half, but this one's going down smooth. Real smooth and easy. Kylar almost able to snap it back. It's a single death, it's an MP9 loss, and it's 9 to the 5-round lead.
Yeah. But yeah, like, and we know Shiro was a vocal one in the former lineup. You could see it even in big games and big moments, that he was the guy who was really talking a lot, you know, emphatically about, okay, here's what needs to happen. So he's a guy with good ideas that can help out for sure.
Will definitely be valuable in the transition period.
But can you beat 9 when they're having this much fun?
I don't know. In the series, definitely possible. While they may not be masters of Vertigo, I think individual level coming out of C9 throughout the first half looks solid. Although there were a couple missed shots from Shiro. Just got to shake off the rust. Hobbit's able to lurk out top mid. It's being held by this player here, but Kylar's now left all of the B site in the hands of Goofy, who does catch Buster bottom ramp. That certainly helps out. Electronics come through with a Tech9 kill elsewhere, but this fight's the one that matters. B's getting pinched, and he cuts off bomb, drops down into the cover. Perfecto catches the closer rotate, but Goofy is still a problem, a huge problem, as he swaps back to the Galil. The bomb in his control, but Hobbit's able to just squeeze an angle out of the B ramp. Yeah. A difficult place to push down to. Hades rotates through, gets caught out by Perfecto, and C9 slip over construction through B and make sure Goofy can't make them look like fools.
If Cloud9 win this map, it'll be magic. It'll be magic. Like, they'll a lot will have to go right, but you see a play like that out of Hobbit, and again, that's like so classically Cloud9, classically Gambit youngsters in terms of what they're going to bring on T-sides. His mid lurk with a little bit of aggression on the other side of the map, just showing like 9, okay, you've got to be ready. They can do stuff like we do on T side. That round was basically won by his play alone, so that's a lot of power to wield.
With great power comes great responsibility. Responsibility to make this Cloud9 hype train stay on track. Hades grabs the M4, but loses another teammate. A-site coming apart at the seams. Hades slides through. That MP9, dude. Electronic just tearing through them. Triple kill from him, and Hobbit's got the double. It's C9 up the ramp like it's nobody's business.
Nobody's business. It's the way that he did that, though. You know what I mean? Wait, that's how I laugh. That's so good. Just staring down at them, they were just chatting all break.
Yeah,
laughing about stuff.
Oh, the mood's looking good. Yeah. There's a lot of teams coming into Cologne and looking like they're having fun.
Yes, yeah. Strawless, you brought up, was a good example. 9 having fun.
I will say, you know, shout out ESL for the setup here again. I think that this setup specifically, head-to-head players, also encourages that fun. You know, when things get very serious and competitive, it takes a different tone.
Yeah.
But the sportsmanship is just on a different level, as in seeing Device and Monacy after that Monacy ace,
the waving
looking at one another, thumbs up, like you just can't help but tip your hat.
Yeah.
I see you, sir. Good day. That's how I imagine Device's interior monologue.
Interior monologue.
Yep. Exactly.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
If I was a little bit taller. Electronic. He's had a field day in the last round. I feel like interior monologue is something an AI would try to convince you it's sentient with.
Oh, that's not an off shot.
I thought so.
Yeah, through the wall.
Saw a big gap of red. So you can't even hang on to short for free. Nice dink. Hobbit will let the teammates ahead of him move forth. Minio's Deagle looking mean. Oh, They just toy with him. Nice shoulder peek coming
He's
out of
the best
Shiro.
at these, you know,
Yep.
awful angles that exist on this map. Shiro's the king of them. Everything that's very difficult, he finds easy.
Just a man looking for a challenge, and well, Buster's got a challenge. You know, I feel bad for Buster. He's just sat back bottom ramp. You know, just hold flank, bro. Gets the nastiest peek ever, and then the rest of Cloud9, they don't see that, so they're thinking like, oh, okay, well, he died to a pistol, but it's like you guys don't know what just happened to him, man. That's crazy. Crazy. 4 players up. C9 cutting away at that lead. Over on the B stream with Machine and Sponge, Vitality beating up OG.
Yeah. Flames versus OG over there.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
Players versus their old teams is just awesome.
There's been a lot of that going on here.
Yeah.
Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great flash.
It took a while to kill him, to be fair, but
He's just sat there spraying in the open, and they'll come out on top with 4 kills, 5 kills,
dude,
Cloud9.
it's a one-round game, baby.
Easy. T-side off to the races.
Just their sheer power. You know what I mean? Like these players.
That's the thing.
The sheer power, and there's a lot of room for, as long as, you know, if Electronic goes, I don't want you to do that, that would be silly. You know what I mean? If Hobbit wants to go for a lurk, he knows better.
Of course.
If Shiro wants to take A-Ramp control, he knows better if he wants to peek something. So I think all he has to do is allow his teammates to feel comfortable doing what they know how to do.
Yep. Absolutely. No longer can 9 finagle round by walking around the map down on this T side. You know, C9 looking out-rotated in the first half. But they're just banking on the guns, swinging for the fences. Smoke grenades will cool things off for now. We'll see what they can do in the mid-rounding. Xbox smoke comes out of the CTs. You know, we talked about how C9 weren't really swinging for bottom ramp all too often. Curious if 9 will get into that, because I think that was a key piece to their...
It's a key piece to modern Vertigo.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of map control to give up. And, you know, when you see teams not be aggressive, not be active on CT side, that shows that there's low communication. That shows that you're a little bit worried.
This indicates a certain timidness.
Ooh, it's a tricky smoke, okay. So Goofy, there'll be a shoulder peek. Oh, you saw that.
Saw him.
See that backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Buster.
There are T's close by, but...
3. He's floating in between where they could spam. 30 seconds on this clock.
It was going beef there for a second, so...
C9 starting to get a little frantic here. And the eternal sin of Vertigo is running underneath.
They have ramp control, though, the whole while, so...
Obviously, 9 going to be very well aware of all of this rotation. Electronic still waiting back at B. And Hobbit can't quite get the entry. Kai's close enough to keep pressure on them. They've got 5 seconds to spare, and they're still going to try to get up here. Or hold on.
Oh my God.
Electronic held the bomb. I didn't see where bomb was.
He kept it the whole time.
I was thinking, like, bro, Electronic, why are you still waiting for a lurk?
Post plan's a layup. Okay, we've got no smoke for the retake, man. They thought for sure it was going to be a commitment. Shiro could literally farm right now.
They sold it.
He's got to come in dry.
They're already on green. Electronic cuts down the first. Op is up, though. Walk into the line of Shiro, and you pay the price. He drops 1, leaves Hobbit 1v2, bomb planted in front of him, and no smoke because they used it all towards A. We've got a kit on both, but Hades hits the headshot. Electronic's got some trickery up his sleeve.
Man.
Great call, great attempt, but no close.
The round is won and lost on if Shiro gets a kill and stays alive. So the trade was so good there from 9. Spacing was immaculate. It was just no collat, but perfect spacing to put that kill together. Really crazy idea there for Cloud9. That's a kind of call that you can only make in that moment. You know, you cannot plan for that because they're walking over with the full intention of going B. They weren't going to fake that until the smoke landed at their feet at the bottom of steps and their teammate died in the default. So when Electronic said run to A, like you said, Cardinal Sin of Vertigo, the idea was there's something else going on.
9 come through with the retake. A for effort. Man down thanks to the utility of 9. 3 players up. You're going to hear that missed jump, but Hades is also creeping forward with the op. Hobbit, aiming a little high.
They had multiple ways to kill him there.
But they made sound. They made sound, I'm sure. They missed the jump. Thought Hobbit would be ready, but I guess just more nervous about the peak. Regardless, at least Shiro's able to bring one back with the op headshot. Buster 5 and 15. And Kylar's going to get a freebie. Bested yet again. Just walking in, giving away another man advantage. And Perfecto, iced out by Goofy. Sharpshooting coming through from 9 as the CT side looks rock solid. There's money in the back pockets of the Cloud9 camp.
Yeah, I really don't want to dog on Buster too much. We have to bring it up, of course. But taking us as a stand-in, who knows how much time he even played.
No notice. They said no notice, no practice.
Yeah, no practice, no notice. Individually, he might have been on a full-on vacation. And I know there's a lot of conversation around this team. And we are all extremely excited to see the team with Axal, of course. But this is not Buster's ideal situation. So I know they're taking the results in stride as well. It'll be a part of the conversation, of course, if it's a loss, but it certainly shouldn't be the focus, I think, of this game. There's lots of... Honestly, the fact that they brought it so close already, it doesn't even feel like that'll necessarily matter. We'll see in the outcome of the match. But I think if 9 win this game, then all is right in the world, right? Like, if they win Vertigo, it's just the match they should win.
Yep. Again, the conversation around 9 is great at Vertigo, poor on Ancient. Guess what map 2 is? We had the same conversation yesterday versus Ents. That the series is very well and truly open. Kai gets through the short smoke. There's bodies coming for him off the flash. Electronic goes through with a molly in hand. That could have been the end of him if Kai was a little further out. He's got a teammate, and Electronic won't get away with that peek a second time. Close proximity of the defense costs the man advantage in round 24. 9 on the brink of their 14th. This was a one-round game not long ago. Kai hears the rumblings of this pack of players. Molotov on Minio. Now no support for the short player. Kai doesn't need it. He goes barreling down into Shiro, and he's doing it all on his own. A triple kill on the ramp. And as they pull back a couple players off A, C9 do indeed have an opening. Hades moves in, closes down short pretty quick. Real swift, single op shot to make the difference. And Perfecto on the ramp with a chance. Frag deep, misses the mark. And he's hoping that there'll be uncertainty looming over Cloud9 like a rain cloud, but not with this flank in position. Kylar knows B is off the table. Perfecto hoping timing is giving to him. Somebody presents a thread for him to pull on, it's one thing, but he can at least clear forklift and then double back to the site if he wants to. There's only enough time for that. He's hoping to save the AWP for Shiro because we know the money's all on the line, but again, Kylar starts to creep in behind him and executes him with ease. It's indeed 14 for 9.
Yeah, now it's a solid position. Of course, Perfecto has a little bit of money to drop to teammates. We're going to get a good buy here out of Cloud9 for what it's worth to defend against match point. But that A ramp control is what I was hoping to see from Cloud9. That A ramp control is what I was hoping to see from 9 in the beginning of the half, but now they're doing it. Pretty rock solid setups, hard to deal with. And to be honest, I don't think they need to change much. Now they've got rounds to play with. Sort of Cloud9's move to see if they can change it up. When it was good for Cloud9 was Hobbit pulling off his mid lurks. Them securing the opening kill. But 9 are improving by the rounds.
You know, the return of 9 for the second half of 2023, something I'd get excited about. And I was worried we weren't going to get it in Cologne, but they powered up, eliminated Liquid, and are running with that chance. looking to creep through. B player falls back. 9 giving space on that half of the map. Not a punishment. C9 are coming numbers up ramp, and Hades, they'll be forced back by the Molotov. Smokes them out so that they can't slide into the angle. Now we start to get that activity over on B. Buster up and over. And again, playing back on green, construction, offering the site over to C9. You better be banking on a good, strong retake, or Kylar at least committing to one. Tetris player crosses. It's multiple bodies confirmed. He's got the support. Nice angle held. The duality of that upper-lower hold. 2 AKs firing off on the cross. Perfecto brings it back with a double on his own. Shiro in another 1v3 cuts the first off, tries to go over top, and Hades shuts him down. It is indeed 9-15.
He said it was never close. We were never tied up. There was not a problem here. The CT side is impeccable. First half was an interesting situation, I think, where 9 were like, ooh, what kind of day are we starting with? But now that they've got their claws in, I don't think they're coming out. This was the easiest round of the lot, and a solid hold and very few casualties. Did anyone die?
I don't think so.
Doesn't matter. Honestly, got a skeletal buy here for Cloud9. 5 Galeals in play. Slim pickings on utility.
We've gotten past the first smoke. Xbox smoked now. 2 players behind it. Kai's got support. They're both going to swing wide here. It's him and Hades. Shiro could just jump on this. He could pounce. If no op shot, then he could have been dead. But the flash, that makes things a little weird for Shiro, and he doesn't decide to overcommit and die. Still pressure on this A site. Hades reroutes, peeking into the short pipe, and it's electronic dead. Man advantage for 9 to try and close map 1 with. Hades is no longer afraid of you, but it's got to be cautious as the player sits to the right. Kai smoked off as well. They could definitely get that much closer. Hades holding off. His teammates doing the exact same thing from within the bomb site. Everybody's here to close map 1. Everybody for 9 looking to contribute and put another feather in the cap of their Vertigo run. But it's not over. Shiro Hobbit, it's a pinch in. Opens the door for Perfecto so they can all keep fighting. And bomb will go down. Kylar's flank just off the mark, but Perfecto is stranded in smoke unless he goes short. Kylar's got this full image clearly in his mind. And Goofy now knows all attention to the right side. As he comes out, Perfecto's right there for the taking, and the 2 CTs tethering nicely. Hobbit on the shelf, just hoping to keep map 1 alive. At a tap on the bomb, he crawls out and falls. So sure enough, they'll do this, as they should. Vertigo specialists.